Alright, what is up, everybody? It's your boy, finally back at it again. So, I have been playing a shit ton of Samurai Warriors 5 ever since it came out. I haven't done my review yet, it is coming. And I am recording this with the built-in PlayStation software for now. It's the best. I wanted to not just talk over these missions when I played them, but actually just play them live. So, in case you didn't know, Koei Tecmo, they did make this game, and it is their intellectual property. That's why you're seeing that in the bottom left. They put that little doodad in there. And that'll be on the screen perpetually at all times. Nothing really I can do about that. Only ones I know to do that, but anyway. I'm playing through the game on Nightmare, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. You unlock it by just beating it once. The only mission I have played on Nightmare is this one, and I did it for the trophy to get the platinum, which I do have. And I'm going to discuss more about what you have to do to get the platinum and what that's like in my review video. For the purposes of this playthrough, I will be watching all of the cutscenes, events as they happen, and additionally, for those that are also trying to bang out some of these objectives, I will be pseudo trying to complete them all to the best of my ability. Some of them you literally cannot do in one playthrough. I'm not going to play a mission over and over again in order to get all the objectives for the purposes of this. We're just going to be playing through it on the hardest difficulty, which just frankly, it still won't be that hard. Most of my characters are pretty high levels, and all my weapons are good and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Nightmare will be a tough challenge. We'll see. After playing this first mission, though, I kind of doubt it. Without further ado, we'll get into it and we'll discuss a little bit more from there.
Na, 信長様、本当にやんのか？
ああ、来たぞ。あれを奪う。
結構な数だな。
だからこそ油断している。まさか俺たちに狙われているとは思うまい。
なるほど。
普通のやり方ではランスに飲まれるだけだからな。マタザは負けると思うか？
聞くなよ。俺はお前を信じるだけだ。
行くぞ
天文15年、旧来の支配体制が瓦解した終わりでは、激しい権力闘争が続いていた。そのような情勢下で、一人の若者が元服を果たす。織田信長である。好奇心旺盛で破天荒な振る舞いを好む信長は、幼なじみの又座こと前田利家と共に遊び暮らす日々を送っていた。父の後を継ぎ織田家当主となった後も、信長の素行が改まることはなく、家中の者たちは頭を悩ませ続けた。そんな中、駿河の大大名今川義元が三河の小大名の嫡子徳川家康を人質とすべく護送の兵を派遣する。天下に最も近いと言われる義元の動きに誰もが静観を決め込む中、ただ一人信長だけが動いた。わずかな手勢のみを率いて城を飛び出した信長は、家康を奪取すべく今川軍を吸収したのである。信長編第一章、夜明け前、今川吸収。
Alright, So, as you can tell, if you have seen older games in the series, this game is beautiful, especially comparably speaking. This mission shouldn't be too difficult. This is my weapons, what it looks like. I do have the DLC like a scrub. You'll see with some of the horses and stuff I use. I'll play around with them some. I tend to focus on attack speed, attack momentum. I like hyper attacks. The way that the weapons work in this game is that you have infused abilities, and this is what mine are. Fire, pretty self-explanatory. Spirit gauge rises faster, increases damage dealt to enemy officers. So like that, you'll mostly see builds like that on pretty much all of my weapons. But anyway, we'll get into it here. I don't claim to be a historian by any stretch of the definition, but I do have a more than passing interest in the history of the Sengoku era. And so, just for fun, I'll point out some inaccuracies. So, firstly, Ieyasu Tokugawa, that wasn't. And I am gonna pronounce him as I would, instead of where it'd be Honda Tadakatsu, I'll be Tadakatsu Honda. That's why I know him as what I grew up with. Safford, forgive me somewhat on that. But in this case, I don't even think 1546. What would Ieyasu have been? 3 years old? Not 3. Fucking 5 or 6, something like that. And the Tokugawa, just the name wouldn't even come around until literally, I think 12 years later. But for the sake of simplicity, they went ahead and gave him the Tokugawa name.
Imagawaの本体が現れた。これで後戻りはできなかった。
My impressions of the game are excellent, by the way. I have about 90 hours in the game, and I've beaten all of the missions quite a few times at this point. And I really love it. It's my favorite Samurai Warriors game for sure. Maybe my favorite Warriors game ever, although that would be a lot closer. In case you didn't notice, these skills, most of them are just passive bonuses, like Pride, that's attack up. Self-defense, that's defense up. Recuperation will give you some of your Muso bar back. As far as objectives, when you play through the game the first time, this is actually a tutorial mission where they teach you how to attack and stuff, how to use the special abilities, combos, basically just teach you the game. So that's one of the reasons why this mission is very easy plus very short. And as far as objectives go, this is really the only one you can miss is beating these guys here. You gotta come back for them. They won't spawn until you start moving down that path.
そういうまたざも楽しんでいるように見えるが
Ieyasu's original family name was Matsudaira. Hirotada there, that would have been his father.
手駒になり下がるなど俺ならごめんだがな
I love the character designs in this game, especially.
私の獲物発見ね
Ironically enough, I think the only one that I think suffered was Nobunaga, who
これで先に進めそう
yeah.
急ぎ人質を追うぞ
I prefer the Demon King portrayal that you see in the earlier iterations of Samurai Warriors. I've heard people, well actually I think Koei themselves, they marketed the game as it is not a sequel more so than it is just a fresh start remake. And that is true. Pretty much everybody, Oichi, thank God,
また無茶なことして
is new and portrayed in a different way.
この俺を止めようとて無駄よただの人質と侮っていたがなかなかの気骨を持っているようだなあなたは一体何のためにこんな無謀な戦を私の負けです潔く従いましょうよし目的は果たした引き上げるぞ 家康聞けば駿河の今川家当主義元は将軍にとって変わらんと上洛を企てているそうだなはい確かなことは分かりませんがそのような噂は耳にしたことがありますならば義元に勝てたなら俺は天下すら狙えるということか天下ざれ言よしかし座して滅びを待つくらいならば俺は乱世に抗う家康お前も共に戦ってみぬか乱世に抗うなんと壮大なですが私でお役に立てるでしょうかその覚悟があるならばお前を人質としては扱わんお前も俺を兄とでも思えばいいはっこの家康必ずや信長殿のいえ兄上のお役に立ってみせます
やれやれ信長様の蛮勇には骨が折れますな下の者の苦労も少しは分かっていただきたいもんです
そう言うな勝家兄上のやりようは蛮勇にも見えるがその実賞賛あればこそ仕掛けているのだ
さすが信行だ信長様のことがよく分かってるじゃねえか
言葉に気をつけろとし信行様だ何度も言わせんじゃね
え幼い頃からの付き合いだからな私のことは呼び捨てで構わないさそれよりまたさこたびは苦労をかけたなこれからも兄上のことをそばで助けて差し上げてくれ
なあ任せとけってこの槍の又座がいる限り誰にも信長様を撃たせねえからよ
そいつは頼もしいこった
Alright, and this is how your battles are graded. I don't think they give exact requirements, but you know when you know if you made it or not. what your rank is going to be. What I mean by requirements is what you have to do to reach each requirement. So, skill points are for the in-game tech trees that all the characters have. Weapon mastery. Every character can use every weapon. In order to use better weapons, you have to increase their proficiency with those weapons. So you either have to use it over and over again, get a lot of kills, high combos, a lot of playtime, or you can use stock weapon mastery in order to just force it up. Gold speaks for itself. You use it in the shop. Those gems can be used to upgrade your weapons, but since all of my gem slots are full, it's just breaking them down in extra gold for me. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. This first episode hopefully was short and sweet. Next time we're starting missions proper. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions for topics that you may like for me to talk about while I'm playing. I didn't really want to get into any of the big stuff I wanted to talk about because I knew that mission was going to take 5 minutes, frankly. And me, I can take, I walk to the bathroom, I can turn it into a fucking epic. Turn into Odysseus in this bitch. You understand? But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. Join me next time. We'll do, what is the next one? Assault on Mino. See you then.